Okay, thanks for joining me. So we're going to keep playing Mezase Pachi Pro Pachio-kun. Hopefully we're going to finish out this Pachinko parlor. Now I believe I just played these two machines. Yeah, that one is Uchi Dome, and this one is Uchi Dome. So I hadn't actually sort of played out two machines right next to each other before, for what that's worth. That's what we were looking for. That's still okay, I think. What do the ones look like? Yeah, that's decent. I think those will be alright. Alright, yeah, we'll play this one. The two's good. The, top nails are probably fine. So this seems obvious in retrospect, but I think that the 1 and 2 slots open the wings once and twice respectively. And I didn't see where that went in. But the wings only opened once. Okay, here it went into the 2. Once, twice. I think that's it. And that time it opened twice also, but I didn't see if it went in the 2 or not. Okay, that went into a 1. They opened once. That's gotta be it. It makes perfect sense. I don't know, it took me this long to figure that out, but... There we go. So that was a pretty good machine right there. Definitely picked a winner. Well, this might do it too. This really don't matter. Yeah, I mean that's not ideal, but I think it's just about as good as that other one. Let's see what we get. Okay, this ought to be it. I think we're gonna finish this out here. There we go. So let's see if this is the last machine we needed to clear. Congratulations, the number 78 machine. Oh no, we need to do more. Wow. Well, this looks good. I don't like this. But then again, it's possible that could be worse. Let's give this a shot, because I think this might work out. 3,000 balls, one more airplane machine. So I'm sure you don't need me to tell you this, but I just realized that I have the fan on, and I was planning to turn it off while I was recording, but it's warm in here, and that's why I'm just trying to cool things down a little bit. So the audio will be a little muted. I apologize about that. I completely missed that. It almost seems like it got another restart, or was just about to end, and then it went going again. I was looking at honestly the balls left, because we're so close to the end here, and I was also wondering how long this has been. This is the fastest that we have cleared a machine in forever. I was recording for 12 minutes. That's nuts. Yeah, hello. You're okay, Maggie, hush. I'm talking to the camera. And the microphone, I suppose. Okay, good. So, that was great. Let's see if that was enough. Congratulations to 76. Yes, alright. Okay, so in this one we had to clear 7 machines, but You know, it wasn't like 10 or something like that. So each time that we've had more machines declare, it's only incremented by 1. Or I guess it's only increased by 1. So so that's great. We can move on to the next Pachinko parlor. Let's go ahead and hand in our balls here. Maita honjitsu no eigyo wa kore de shuryo itashimasu. So that's the humble imas, I believe, itashimasu, which is like itasu. Fairly certain. Oh, okay, we got another Pachio, which again I have no idea. I was at, I mean, if it was at 60,000, maybe it's every, I don't know, it doesn't matter. So so yeah, this is great. We just have to wait for our score to tally here. There we go. We got a new password. I'm sure this password will probably work for you guys. It's probably the same password every time, so if you guys want to play Pachinko Jumbo, you can jump right there. And I think, so based on my script, I was thinking Pachinko Jumbo is probably the last parlor. I have no idea. It's just, you know, me speculating. It is based on the number of lines in the script, though. So of course we get our regular welcome message. Yokoso Pachinko Jumbo e Jan Jan dashite Jumbo na dedama o. So I translated this as, welcome to Pachinko Jumbo, rake it in with jumbo winnings. I think that's great. Alright, so I don't know that I have to, but somehow I'm compelled to just see what the layout of this parlor is. It feels a little unusual compared to the other parlors, but seems pretty straightforward. Alright, so because we're going to end up in this corner, let's start with these gentlemen. We'll start with him here. He says, whoa, oh wow. So these two lines were put together, and because they're both two lines each, they actually like advanced the text box too quickly for me to really see what they are. I think I can look this up on this in my script file though, and that'll actually clue me in as to what this first line said. So the last part of it is merarema henna. So I believe the first line was, I made a killing, I can't stop playing Pachinko. And the second line is Pachinko no honba wa doko ka shitemasu ka? Shitemaka. So this was a line with what to me seemed like an ambiguous word. So do you know where the birthplace of Pachinko is? And I think that makes sense, but I think it could have also been the best place for Pachinko, and either of those makes sense. So I don't know if this will help me get some context on this or not. I don't really know how it could, but let's find out. So I'm going to say yes, I do. So he says, so Nagoya dengana. So in the script I wrote, I see Nagoya denga. But this did provide a little context, so I think, I'm saying that yes, the whether it's the birthplace or the best place, I guess it would probably be the birthplace of Pachinko. I think he would actually be saying yes, Nagoya denga, but I'm gonna say no, and we'll see what he says. So he says Nagoya denga na yo oboe toki, yo oboe toki. So he says Nagoya dengana, don't forget it. So I don't actually know. I mean, I know Nagoya, I've been there before, but it's a town in Japan. But dengana, I don't know if that's Nagoya denga na, or it's like Nagoya dengana and I don't know what that is. Like, I just put a question mark because I'm like, I'm assuming maybe that's a name, but I'm not really sure if na is part of the name. Anyway, so that line requires more research. But you know, let me change that one from I see to yes, because it's like if you just say so, it's like you're agreeing, but you know, it could be kind of rhetorical, or in this case, it's like they're actually responding to me. So I'll unrhetoricalize this. So that's how I'm going to leave that for now. You know, who knows? Maybe we'll change my mind later. I'll have to kind of review all of this and think about exactly how I want to say all these things. But so we've got An-san mo katte masu ka? So we've run into this before. It's like, hey kid, have you won? So I'm gonna say yes, and he says, An-san suji ga yoroshi o manna. Okay, and this was that line where I wasn't sure, but like, it was like, you have a good plan. It's super awkward and weird, but at least I know that it's a response to, like, you know, are you winning? And you'd be like, yeah. And he's like, oh, good. Maybe he's saying, yeah, you've got a good plan then. Something along those lines. So if you say no, he says, Soda akimahen na. The number 100 machine, yatte mi nahare. So I have this translated as, that's no good, try playing the number 100 machine. So we know that number 100 is what we want to go for if it's free. When we only start off with our 100 balls, that might be a good one to look for. Kaisha de, so this is his, he's having a bad day. Ipandai no himitsu shitai kai. So, shiritai kai, sorry. So, he wants to know if you'd like to know the secret of the normal machines. If you say yes. So the secret of the regular machines is haji no churipu ga hiraitara ni ko doji ni ireru no ga toku dayo. I can read a little faster than this when I'm trying, I promise. So he says, actually, if the bashful tulips open, it's good if you can get into 2 of them at the same time. And so if we say no, this is a different line. Good, okay. So he says, yeah, konomise, so for these the regular machines, haji no churipu no ue no kugi wa, and that's this other line. Make sure to choose a machine with open nails above the bashful tulips. So he'll just give you different advice whether you want to know the secret or not, I guess. So there we go. Good. Pachinko omoshiroi desu ne. So he's saying, yeah, isn't Pachinko fun? Yeah, so I translated this as, Pachinko is fun, isn't it? Which I think is just fine. Let's see what this gentleman has to say. Yosh, ato ikai maketara uchi ni kaerou. So he is going to go home if he wins one more, after he loses one more time. So after I lose one more time, I'm heading home. That's what they all say. So we've got Kyubi no pachinko ya wa onago hanga Gyo-san otte yoroshi na. So he's saying that same line about the ladies at the pachinko parlors, or the pachinko parlor. An-san mo katte masu ka. So he's asking, hey, have you won? So we're gonna say yes. He says, Soda yo omashita na. And I have that translated as, that's good. So now we're gonna say, no, I have not won. And he's going to recommend the 100 machine. Perfect. So we're gonna keep going. Yeah, just talking to the rest of the patrons into what might be the final parlor in Mezase Pachi Pro Pachinku-kun. Sorry, Mezase Pachi Pro Pachio-kun. So we have Kyo mo Janjan Body Body Dashimashou. So we've run it that line before. Let's break it in again today. There was a weird, yeah, there's a graphical glitch there. Huh. I don't know if that's, you know, this is an emulator. I don't know if that's emulation related or if that would happen on real hardware. washi mitai ni naritaku na katta ra benkyou seiya. So this guy says, if you want to be like me, then study. And you know, it's interesting because it's like when I say it like that, it almost sounds like he's saying, if you want to be like me, then study, like work hard at school. I kind of wonder if it's like, if you want to be like me, then like study up on Pachinko. I'm not really sure, so I'm not going to read into it. I think I'm just going to translate it straight. If you want to be like me, then study. But I am curious. Study what? Washi wa Pachi Pro Saizo ja. So it's Saizo again. He's saying, Omiya nenai wa shikkari shitteru ka. So I wrote this as, have you gotten a handle on your objective at this parlor? Which I think is good. You know, again, considering this guy, maybe I could like adjust the language a little bit to match his character a little bit more. But so let's say yes, I have gotten a handle on my objective at this parlor. So he says, Kugio minya akande kugio. So he just says his typical line, which he says, which is, you gotta look at the you know, the pins, I tell you, or the nails, I forget what I call them. So if we say no, what does he say? Ten kugi wa ue o mui toria e dai da de yo o boe to kia. Okay, so he said, you want to find a machine where the top nails face upwards. Keep this in mind. I feel like we've run across that line before, and that all sounds fine. It's kind of like, it's almost like he's asking if you need advice. He's going to give you advice anyway. So, Pachinko te hajiko ni aru dai ga deru te honto. And I think I was telling you about this myth before, so she's actually mentioning that here. Is it true that the end machines tend to pay out? And so we can say yes or no. So we're telling her, I guess. So I'm going to say, yeah, it seems like they do. I mean, you know, who knows? So she says, Demo kono mise no 100 bandai wa deru wa yo. Yeah, so this is this line where I'm like, however, this parlor's number 100 machine pays out. So that's interesting. It's kind of in response to, is it true that the end machines tend to pay out, but this parlor's number 100 machine pays out? And again, like that demo at the start of that, I think I remember thinking that seemed a little weird. So I'll, you know, maybe as I'm reviewing this footage, I'll take note of that line when I see it again, and I just want to make sure whatever this is works in whatever this says works in both contexts. So I'm going to say no. What is it? Is it true that the end machines pay out? I'm like, no, it's not true. So she says, それもそうよね. You may have a point. So this is almost like, I don't know, almost reminds me of the superstition line a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think that was kind of a response to the same thing. So she says, Watashi no kuni ni wa pachinko nante arimasen. So we've run into this line before. She's saying there is no pachinko in her country. Pachinko omoshiroi desu ne. So she's also adding, pachinko is interesting, isn't it? And I'm fairly certain that we've covered that line before. Watashi shinken nandakara hanashi kakenai de yo. So she's serious, so do not disturb her. Oh my god. Oh my god, he says. Alright, if I'm gonna remember to talk to this guy if I go by him, so let's talk to him first. So he says, Bozu e dai mitsu keta ka. So it's like, hey kid, have you found a good machine? So I translated this as, have you found a good machine, kid? Which I think sounds just as well, just as good. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I have. Bozu na maiki iten janezo. So she says, don't get cocky, which I think is perfect. So if I found a good machine, I'm like, nope. So he recommends 100 machine. Perfect. Speaking of which, do we know where the 100 machine is? It's 25. It's not very close to 100. Alright, here's this gentleman. It's really funny. For some reason, I just noticed that, you know, these bald guys, they look like they're wearing a, you know, bathrobe or something. I mean, it could very well be sort of that traditional, well, I guess, you know, sort of just male kimono. I'm not really sure. So he says, oh, this is another one where it's two lines, so it pushes it off the top. But this is the same line that we saw before. I forget what it was, but in the same situation. So he says, Pachinko, the second line is Pachinko hon ba wa doko ka shitemaka. Oh yeah, this was the birthplace of Pachinko one. So I think this is just going to go the same way. It's going to talk about, yeah, Nagoya Dengana. So I just, you know, I'll have to do some research into that a little bit just to see what makes sense. I mean, I can just translate it like that. I mean, there it is. Watashi wa onna, yeah, this is Ranko. Anata konomise hajimete. So is this your first time at this parlor? So I'm going to say yes. She recommends the 100 machine. Perfect. I'm going to say no. Then she says, Deru dai oshiete hoshi demo hitsuyo nai mitai ne. So she's like, would you like to know, you know, machine that pays out? But, you know, I guess it seems like you don't need it. So, you know, I might make those two lines, like, logically, you know, flow into each other a little bit better. I seem to remember that, you know. Anyway, that might be something I look at. Konomise no himitsu o shiritai kai. So, would you like to know the secret of this parlor? So we're going to say yes. The 100 machine. Perfect. No. He says, kyo mo o makidai. So then he's just going to complain that he's losing again today. That's great. Okay, and I think this is the guy we already talked to. So it's just this bottom corner here. Let's speak with this gentleman. Honjitsu to horu zen dai daikai ho chu desu. So I remember what this is. So he mentions that all machines in our pagoda hall are in the midst of a grand opening. And that, you know, pagoda hall, I mean, I don't know if that's, you know, maybe I'll look into the wording on that. Again, is that something that I could just make easier? Or it was, because I guess it says to horu. And I guess I want to look into what to might be in reference to a hall. Obviously, I thought it was pagoda hall. So but that might be something worth researching a little bit. But, you know, I could even just simplify it to all machines in our hall are in the midst of a grand opening. But, yeah, you know, I still kind of would like maybe a better term for grand opening, or to re-research what it was that they say, where if it was that they would get all new machines, and that's what they would sort of call this grand opening, or if they would just sort of do like a reset kind of on their machines and sort of like be like, hey, here's our, like I said, it's almost like they're having a sale or something. I'll read the, you know, review on the book a little bit more about that. But anyway, 7 dai no himitsu shiritai kai. So would you like to know the secret of 7 machines? Konomise 7 dai de wa o atari ni nattara buizon e tama o ire nakya panku suruzo. So yeah, we've run into this line before. This is talking about, you know, it'll kind of go cold if you don't keep putting stuff into the V zone on the 7 machines, which, you know, we know. And if I say no, he's going to be like, Konomise 7 machine, okay, they pay out 3,000, so that's fine. I'll talk to this guy. Oh, teme. Oh, this is, I don't think we've gotten to run into this line yet. Sumaki ni suruzo. Ima kiken ga waruin de. So I translated this as, hey, you bastard, I'll make you some cement shoes. I'm in a real bad mood, you hear? Which I just think is hysterical. You know, maybe I might shorten that just a bit. And honestly, I don't need to do hey twice. Probably just be like, hey, you bastard. I don't know if I want him calling you bastard, but that's the gist of what he's saying. He's like, he's going off on you. It's like, but this guy's he's in a bad mood and he's taking it out on you, I guess, because you're pestering him. I think it's a funny line. Nani hito no jama surunja achi itore. So this guy's in a bad mood too. This, you know, that same sort of get out of my face kid line. We've gone over it before, so that's why I'm being kind of nonchalant about it. Deru dai oshiete hoshii demo hitsuyo. Yeah, so she's saying like, would you like to know a machine that pays out, but it doesn't seem like you need it. You need to be told. Storesu kai. Yeah, so she's saying like, you know, Pachinko's the best for relieving stress. Anata engi o katsugu ho. So I think this is that line again about are you superstitious? So if we say yes, then she says that line about the lucky number 7. And if we say no, she says toshi. So she just gives you the general advice to like listen to your elders. Good. Okay, so we've spoken to everyone, and now, you know, I don't know that we've run into every line in this game. And have we spoken to this lady yet? Watashi no kuni ni wa. Yeah, my country. Okay. I don't know if we've run into every line that I translated, and it's possible, you know, sometimes a script, like sometimes a game has text in it that isn't used. You know, it could even be from another game. If, like, I don't know, somebody started programming a game like over another game, that happens sometimes. Or just, you know, for like stuff just gets cut, and sometimes you actually like find text that's encoded in the text encoding, but it just was never used in the game. I'm not saying that there's any of that in this, but I do think there were some lines that we haven't run into yet. So I don't know, we'll see. You know, there could be more to this game.